Hello everybody, welcome to linuxhelp.com. In this tutorial I am going to show how to configure MariaDB master slave replication with two nodes. Here this is my master node. Its IP is 5.60 and this one is my slave machine. Its IP is 5.140 and another one machine is slave act as Ubuntu machine. IP for this is 5.152. Before configure the setup, you should install the MariaDB for all these three machines. I have already installed the MariaDB package for all these three machines. If you want to check the status, means type systemctl status MariaDB. It's running. Now another main concept is you should configure the MariaDB port into the firewall service by typing firewall -cmd -permanent -add services MySQL. Press enter. Now it's added into firewall. Now reload the firewall settings -reload. Now it's reloaded. Do this for both slave machines. Now open the configuration of MySQL vim etc my.cnf. Come to under MySQL tab. Now add the following lines in this configuration file. After adding this line, now save and quit this configuration file. And now open the MySQL shell. Create one database. I'm going to create games. Now close the MySQL shell. Here in this file I mentioned the games in belong to DB. The DB only I created now. Now restart the MySQL service. Systemctl restart MariaDB.services. Now the service is restarted. Again open the MySQL shell. Now run the stop slave command. Now create one user here. After I execute this query, now press enter. Now after creating user, now next step I am going to assign the grant replication. This is the command to assign grant replication for that user. Press enter now. Now after I executed this query, now flush the privileges. Press enter and execute another query, flush table with read log. Now check the status of master. Press enter. Here your file name will be shown here. This is a bin log file name and position and your DB name. This is the status of your master. Now quit this MySQL shell. After checking the master status, I am going to take dump of my whole MySQL database. Type MySQL dump -all databases -master -data and give any name. I'm going to give reply.sql. Press enter. After taking dump, I am going to transfer this SQL file into two slave machine by using rsync. If you want to use SCP also you can use. Press enter now. Enter the password. Again open the MySQL shell. Unlock the tables. Press enter. Now quit the MySQL shell. That's all about master configuration. Next I am going to configure slave. Open the first slave machine. Open the configuration of MySQL vim etc my.cnf. Press enter. Now add the following lines under MySQL tag. Here I entered my server ID as 20 and enter the replicate DB which you want to replicate. Now save and quit this configuration file. Next step, inject the SQL file into your database. MySQL reply.sql. Press enter. Now the SQL file is injected into your DB. Now restart the MySQL service. Press enter. Next step, open the MySQL shell. Check the database is available or not. Here the games DB is available. Next I am going to configure slave configuration. For that you should first stop the slave service. This is the command to connect master to slave communication. Here I entered change master to master host is nothing but your master machine and a user that we created previously and password for that user and that log file name and the log position. You should enter this detail clearly, otherwise the replication process will not communicate properly. Press enter to continue. After that, start the slave service. Press enter. Now run show slave status -g. It will shows the status of your slave connection. Here your slave is perfectly connected into your master machine. Here master host is 5.160 is mentioned, master user and port number for your MySQL and bin log file positions, everything is matched perfectly. This is the slave configuration. Configure the same settings into the Ubuntu slave machine. Here open the configuration file vim etc MySQL MariaDB.conf.50 server.cnf. Here you can change the bind address. Enter your slave IP, this slave IP, and come down. Here the server ID is column is there. Change the server ID. I'm going to set 30 and enable this bin log and add the following lines under this server ID. Just add that replicate do DB and enter the replication DB games. Now save and quit this configuration file. And next step, now next inject the reply.sql file into your DB. Press enter. Now it is injected. Open the MySQL shell. Check the database is available or not. Here the games database is available. Now restart the MySQL service, press enter. Restarted. Now open the MySQL shell, stop the slave service. Now again and add the replication command here. Now press enter. Now the command is executed. Next, start the slave, start slave. Now slave is started. Next, I am going to check the status of slave. Use the same command, show slave status -g. Press enter. Now it's communicating into master perfectly. Here your master IP and username, port and the file, bin log file and version also shown here. Next I am going to test the master slave replication. Now I am going to create new table in the DB. Use games DB. I am going to create the table here. Create table. Enter the table name sports. I am going to enter sports. You can give any other name. Category where care 100. Press enter. The table is created. Here you can check sports table is created, and also check into another slave. The sports table is created. I have never entered any content into that tables. Now I am going to insert some values into that table content. Type insert into sports values. First I am going to type cricket. Press enter. Now the content is added. Another content I am going to add football. Now check the contents will be presented in this slave machines also. For that you should type select star from, enter the table name. Here the two contents will be presented in this slave machine. Again check the same procedure into this slave machine. Select star from sports. Again here also the two categories will be presented. Now the replication of master to slave in two nodes is working perfectly. This is the way to configure the master slave replication with two different slaves. Enjoy using this tutorial. Thank you for watching.